Hey, how's it going everybody? Shaggy from the Order of Mithril here, and we're going to do some spooky season videos today. We're going to start off with the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. And the first game we're going to take a look at in this bundle of games is, of course, the very first Castlevania. Castlevania made its debut in North America May 1st, 1987 with this title. But this was originally released in Japan in September of 1986 on the Famicom Disk System. And in this title, you're going to be playing through as Simon Belmont, who has entered Castlevania in an attempt to defeat Count Dracula. And now this is the very first Castlevania game to ever be released, but in a canonical sense, it is actually a later title. The very first game was actually Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, as it predates this one. So as I go through and look at the different parts of this game, I'm going to be doing it in two ways. One, I'm going to be talking about the game as it was when it was originally released and how well it's held up in the Anniversary Collection. So getting into the graphics and the art for this title, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I love the fact that it still has every bit of the retro look that it had whenever I played it as a kid. I think that they've done a really good job with it, especially for the era that it came out of. It seemed to fit that motif that was coming out. Everybody was really into like the darker stuff in the 80s for some reason. I don't know why that was. I mean, you have games like this coming out. You also had movies like, say, The Lost Boys, for instance. But I think that they did like a really good job with it originally, and I think its adaptation into the Anniversary Collection that we now have, I think they did a good job maintaining it. They didn't change really anything for it. Listening to the audio for the title, even when I was a kid, like the music stood out, the sound effects stood out. It all just came together in a really great amalgamation. It was nice to see that it was critically acclaimed back then, and I'm pretty sure that the die-hard fans of Castlevania still love it in this iteration. The music is so spectacular. It's even gone on through time. I mean, even in the recent Castlevania Netflix series, you can still hear the song Bloody Tears, which, you know, came out in Castlevania. And so the music has left a mark on it. And the whip sound, everybody should know the whip sound. If you're an old school NES fan, you should know what that sound is. It's Simon swinging the whip. Everything about this has maintained those trademark sounds and music, even in its new iteration in the Anniversary Collection, and I'm happy to see that it stayed and there wasn't anything changed. When it comes down to the gameplay for this title, it's still got that trademark feel from back in the 80s, even in the Anniversary Collection. You still have this, it's a game that's difficult. It was designed to not be for everybody. You are going to have to deal with spacing your jumps, timing your jumps. You're going to have to think about how you're going to attack each of the bosses. You're going to have to think about the way the enemies move across the screen. And I remember hating the Medusa heads, and I still fucking hate them. They're terrible. But it gave me that sense of challenge that I remember having as a kid. So I'm happy to say that difficulty and all those little gameplay mechanics and quirks are still very much intact in this title. And I'm going to, even though I've touched on this a little bit already, I'm going to touch on the difficulty. It's not a game that's going to just be you blow through it. Now, there are people out there who have been playing since its inception and are just masters of the title. But it's not going to be a game that somebody that's never played it before is going to pick up and know where all the little secrets are, know how to get through the levels with ease, or anything like that. It's going to still have that degree of challenge. You are going to have to put a little bit of effort into this title, and I'm happy to see that that stuck around as well. As far as the replayability goes, it's not going to be one of those games that you have like nowadays where you're going to have multiple endings and you're going to get new achievements or a new cutscene, anything like that. This game is going to have the replayability for the die-hard fans or for the gamer that wants to constantly do better than what they did last time. So you may want to try and get through it with more time, with a higher score, taking less damage, finding more secrets. those are going to be what gives you the replayability, if you're not just doing it just because you love the nostalgic feel of the title. Currently on Xbox and most other places that you can pick this title up at, the Anniversary Collection is $20, which isn't a bad price considering all the games that they packed into the Anniversary Collection. It's pretty much every Castlevania game up to Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night is not currently on this, but I wouldn't be surprised if they launched a second Anniversary Collection in the near future, hopefully within the next year or two. And this is traditionally the part of the video where I rate it if it's a must play, a wait to play, or a don't bother, and I'm going to put that off until I do the last of the Anniversary Collection videos. That's going to be it for me from now, but come back tomorrow because I'll be putting up a new video for the next game in this series for the spooky season that I'm doing. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Hope you have a great day.